What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of 3 Idiots with a Mic, episode 100 and... I don't know at this point. I'm your host, Brandon. Joining me is the other two morons.
Hey, we're idiots. Come on, man.
I don't know.
Get it right.
Yeah.
Get your pronouns right, man. Get your pronouns right.
Lewis.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
William.
Hi. Hey.
What? No, that is not my voice. Fuck you.
No.
And we're off to the races.
Yay.
No, William. Yours is more like, hey, you guys.
Oh, my God. That's great. I would love to be compared to Sloth. That's amazing. And, of course, last but not least, it's Zach.
I'm Zach.
Hey, Zach.
Hi, everybody.
It's Zachary.
How was everyone's weekend?
Zachariah.
Is that... That's yeah.
I
was spooky.
Oh my God, it was glorious. Just the fact that we met Joe Bob Briggs and was able to have a conversation about Monster Vision and how much of an impact it had on me when I was a kid. Like this, I was able to describe to him like this is what introduced me to horror films. Mm-hmm. I would sneak away at 5 years old and turn on the TV, mind you, the 13-inch TV that I had stored away in my room, and I was able to turn on TNT.
You had such an odd childhood, man. I know I said that a lot on the show. You had a really weird childhood.
Kids and prepubescent people will sneak off and try and watch like scrambled porn on Cinemax.
Yeah, and then
Lewis
here
scrambled away, and he's like, "Yeah, horror." I mean, TV Empire is pretty much like a porn convention for Lewis. He probably walked around with a hard on his entire weekend. Let's be honest.
I won't talk about my hard on, but
it's the closest thing to his fiance that will get him off. So,
but yeah. No, honestly, like even the horror movies. I mean, you got to think about it. A lot of the horror movies, especially in the 80s and 90s. They had some skimpy outfits and all that stuff. So it was as good as a Scramble Channel, you know.
But like, you weren't scared. Like, you're 5 years old.
Hell no, dude. It was fucking great, man. And then one day my dad actually walked in on me watching the horror thing, and he's like, "You like horror movies?" And I was like, "Yes."
I don't know,
that's
man.
when it all started.
You call bullshit on that, dude. Like a 5-year-old that's not afraid of, like, let's say...
that's the thing, though. The horror movies weren't like... they really weren't that bad.
But still, you're a fucking 5-year-old. You can't, like, comprehend what's real.
Like, I wasn't watching freaking The Exorcist or anything like that would have really, like, scarred me,
He was probably watching, like, Scooby-Doo and Kiss and the Mystery Machine.
Actually, there was a horror movie with Kiss in it in the 80s that was fucking glorious.
Yeah, it was called The World Tour.
So how was Joe Bob? Was he a nice individual?
You could tell he was tired. It was Sunday that I got a chance to talk to him, but he was very receptive about the fact that I was talking about like all that, and he was just really cool, honestly, very down to earth. And
Darcy, the male girl.
Darcy is awesome, dude. She's tall as fuck.
Really?
Oh yeah. I don't know if it was the like 9-inch heels that she was wearing that added to it, but she was like massive.
That probably had something to do with it, yeah.
Did you tell them that like they were featured on our show on like a couple of episodes that we?
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
And John got a chance to talk to them both as well. John Reed Adams from Narcotic Casserole.
Yeah,
he was featured.
Jesus Christ, I can't speak. Featured on Darcy the Mill Girl's Instagram. She posted a couple pictures of the event, and it was him and his wife because he went dressed up as the dude from Halloween 3, the main character. I forget his name.
Which is her favorite movie of all time, and she's been trying to get Joe Bob to do it forever. So that's been a running joke on the show for a long time. And she was like,
I love Halloween 3. Don't even.
I do too. I like Halloween 3 a lot. It's definitely weird and campy, but it's amazing.
It's fucking glorious. Are you kidding? So I was able to get his autograph on a figurine of him. So they have those action figures of him.
Oh my god.
And I was like, oh, that is happening. That is happening. So for $40, I got 2 autographs. And this holds a special place for everybody, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I got a VHS copy of the Babadook. Signed by Joe Bob Briggs and Darcy.
A VHS of Babadook?
Yes.
That's pretty lit.
And I talked to Joe Bob and I asked him, will you ever do the Babadook? And he said he's already in talks.
Nice.
So spoiler.
Sick, dude.
That will be a premiere for us as well. That will be a feature for us if that ever happens, man.
That's sick. That's sick.
Love that movie.
I was like, what better way to end this year than have a conversation with Joe Bob about the fucking Babadook? You know, that holds such a special place for all of us, I think.
Yeah. That's awesome, though. You had a much more exciting weekend than I did. I didn't do shit.
And that's spooky. And that fucking spooky, which is where we all, like, really, like...
Yeah.
All 4 of us actually had our first panel at fucking Empire, man.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was, what, 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah. Wow.
God damn.
The times they are changing.
Time flies. All right,
Zach, how was your opening weekend?
Yeah.
It went well. People are really liking it, which is really great. We got one more coming up this weekend. You can still stream it this weekend.
Nice.
And we've got, I believe, at least a couple articles being written about us that drop like tomorrow and the day after and stuff. So fingers crossed they say nice things.
Oh, I'm sure they will, man. I'm sure.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's really great. Yeah. Thank you for asking.
I'm happy for you. All right, on that note, let's start Spielbinge. This is where Zach...
I didn't do anything all week, but thanks for asking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel like a shit.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. That was rude of me.
Like I said, literally, I'm waiting for snow to fall today. That's how exciting my week has been.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, look, The Rock has moved.
As I was saying, Spielbinge is where Zach brings one Steven Spielberg movie every single week until we finish it.
We're coming to the end, gang.
Yeah, we're coming up on the end. So what movie is it this week?
Bridge of Spies, 2015's Bridge of Spies.
I've never seen it. Let's go, baby!
It's really good.
Stars Tom Hanks, right?
Yeah, T. Hanks and Mark Rylance, written by the Coen brothers.
Oh, it's written by the Coen brothers? That's interesting.
Yes.
You could not tell.
Oh, I disagree. I really felt their signature stank.
Are you a fan of the Coen brothers?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I like their weirder stuff. Like, I'm one of the few people that love Hail Caesar, for example.
Hail Caesar was fucking glorious. Come on.
I love Hail Caesar.
That one and Hudsucker Proxy are my favorite.
Hudsucker Proxy's fantastic. I should watch that this time of year, man.
Yeah, I do. Every
movie.
year. Every year, man. I made Naomi watch it for the first time, and she was like, oh my god, this is awesome.
For kids.
Pretty good, yeah.
Bridge of Spies.
But yeah, Bridge of Spies, it's a Cold War thriller. Tom Hanks is a lawyer who draws the short straw and has to represent an accused Soviet spy, played by Mark Rylance, who I believe won the Oscar for it. And everyone's just like, oh, this is such like a sacrifice play. You're jumping on the bomb. No one wants to defend a communist like that. Yeah. And Tom Hanks is like, or I could do my job and defend him because that's my job to defend him. And so it's predominantly about everybody's attitudes about these political actions versus Tom Hanks's like humanitarian desire to like do his job and defend this person. And then blah 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 plot happens and they wind up at the titular Bridge of Spies, where there's going to be a prisoner exchange because the Soviets have captured an American spy, the Americans have captured a Soviet spy, and it's very tense between the two of them. So that's where the title comes from. One of the very few Spielberg movies to not be composed by John Williams.
Interesting. Yeah. I wonder why that is.
I think because he was doing Force Awakens. Does that make sense?
And also he's old.
I don't think age has anything to do with this. Release date for this movie came out October 16, 2015. So that's like two months prior to The Force Awakens. So
so it was probably Star Wars.
Yeah.
But the music in it is good. It's nice. It's not overpowering. Whoever did do it, I believe it's the dude who did... he does a lot for HBO. He's done several films that are really good. But
Thomas Newman, that's his name.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What do you call it? Beautiful... No, not Beautiful Mind.
Beautiful Mind.
Was it A Beautiful Mind?
Yeah, I think so.
Or American Beauty?
Oh,
American Beauty. He did American Beauty,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He also did The Green Mile.
Yeah, I know. He has a great...
I know he did Angels in America. I know that much.
Yeah.
He's one of the top 5 composers of all time.
Wait, Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
And he knows that it shouldn't be overpowering.
Yeah.
He knows that he's a weird fit for this. And so it's a very subtle, somber kind of score. It adds to how tense it gets, which it really does.
Road to Perdition too, right?
Yes, he did. Yeah, he
did.
I
just got that book. I'm going to read that.
That book is way better than the movie. The movie's good, but the book is way better.
Is Road to Perdition a book or a comic? I forget.
Yeah, it's a graphic novel.
Yeah. It's a graphic novel? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was getting confused with that one and the Viggo Mortensen one. I forget the name of the film. That's also a graphic
novel. V for Vendetta?
Wait, what was that?
V for Vendetta? Or
no, not V for Vendetta. It's
Hidalgo?
No,
it's not Hidalgo. I'll bring it up. Just continue on. I'll look it up.
But yeah, this is the best one I've watched in a while. I've liked a lot of these, but this one really hit, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I found this really engaging.
I walked out of the theater on this one.
Really?
Yeah.
To interrupt for a second, A History of Violence. That's the.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
That's also based on a graphic novel. Sorry.
But yeah, I really felt this. I loved the performances from the two of them. I love
the cinematography. The cinematography is gorgeous on this.
Yeah. And it's a period piece without being flashy about it, which I liked.
I thought it was a little flashy, but for a reason. I think it was done for a reason with the flashiness. But it was a little different because it was kind of that subdued, and you felt like it was that kind of going for film noir, but with a modern twist to it.
Okay, fair.
And you had that bridge sense with that.
I more meant it didn't feel flashy in like a Pride and Prejudice kind of way. Like it didn't feel like, look at our period clothes. Look at him driving a car from the 50s and stuff like that.
You really dislike period.
They really don't do it for me, man.
So have you seen Barry Lyndon yet?
Not yet, no.
There are two things in life that Zach hates, man. Anime and period pieces, dude.
Pretty much.
Anything that this man makes.
Pretty much.
But I'm not alone about the anime thing.
Just can't. Could jump on a whole soapbox thing there. Just can't.
As I wear an anime shirt.
Anime, I mean, I'm with Brandon. If I had to pick between yay or nay at all, I can't not have anime. Also, because I grew up on it.
I would love to have one day sit down and have a conversation with you, Zach, about why you dislike anime so much.
Yeah, I'd be completely down for that. It's yeah.
I'm morbidly curious. Every time I bring it up, you just shoot it down immediately. You're like, no,
not for Zach.
So I have to ask Zach, have you watched movies like Princess Mononoke or Spirited Away?
The Studio Ghibli movies, the ones that are
we studied a couple of them when I took a film studies class, and I had a couple friends who showed me a couple other ones that I missed. But yeah, even those just did not do it for me. Yeah,
I'm not big on anime at all. Brandon knows this very well, but Princess Mononoke holds a special place in my heart, always. That movie it's fucking gorgeous.
That's crazy. 'Cause I at that point, now that you brought up that you don't even like Ghibli films, I don't think there's any way to
saving grace.
Saving grace. There's nothing that will do it for Zach when it comes to anime. It's just done.
I mean, like, I can like animated drama. I can even like animated fantasy drama. Like, I love Song of the Sea.
Okay.
If you saw that.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Persepolis is one of my favorites. But like,
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, it is gorgeous. And then I'll get back to Bridge of Spies, I swear. But it's, I have very fond memories of seeing Persepolis. It was up for the Oscar in 2007. And I saw a piece of it. I think I read a piece about it in the newspaper or something. And I was like, oh, I want to go see this. And granted, in 2007, I'm 12, 11, something like that.
Oh my
Sick.
And so I talked to my father about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we'll go see that." And so the only showing was at 11 o'clock at night. So we went to go see a midnight showing of this animated R-rated black and white drama about the Iranian Revolution with me as an 11-year-old, and I loved it. So that's kind of what my life has been like. I
think actually the first conversation that Zach and I ever had was about World of Tomorrow.
I love World of Tomorrow so hard.
I know, and that's what sparked our that sparked our conversation. You're talking about Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow.
Thank you. That one. Yeah.
This is an animated. It's very beautifully animated. Holy fuck, that is beautifully animated.
It's like. It's absurdism. It's sci-fi absurdism. It's done with stick figures on watercolor.
Okay.
But it's so beautiful.
So weird. It's gorgeous.
It really is. And
if short films count, it is my favorite film I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And I remember we had a conversation because I think of a button on our table about that, and you're like, "Oh my god, I've never seen a button about this." And that's sparked this whole conversation, and here we are 3 years later still talking.
I love how this has devolved from Bridge of Spies.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one of us who's seen it.
No, Louis?
I've seen it. I don't really remember it because I just don't really remember it. I know I liked it when I saw it, but it was like if you were to ask me about anything, I can give you the plot, which we already went over, but
yeah,
I rate this movie ass clowns. That's my rating.
Wow.
I love the scene where the American spy is shot down. Is so intense. I love it. I love so many of the dialogue scenes. Mark Rylance's "Look at That Man" monologue is top notch. Love that guy. You see why he wins a Tony every year.
Yeah, that's
true. Got the juxtaposition between the courtroom and then the classroom and then the bomb safety video. There were so many moments in editing that were really cool. I really love this movie, man. This is a really tight movie.
That's perfectly fine.
I think my biggest beef with the movie was how disjointed it felt. And not disjointed in an artistic way where it was okay, I get it why it was disjointed. I think that this was a script that was a lot longer and then got cut down and condensed. And then there's those filler moments that were missing throughout certain parts of the film.
Okay.
And I think that really made it jarring for myself in particular, where it withdrew me from the movie itself. And I think that's where my disconnect with this movie comes from, is that I'm okay with movies that are, disjointed. I mean, come on, Doctor Strangelove is one of the most disjointed movies ever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's done like that from the beginning to the end. This
it wasn't. Disjointed? Would that be considered disjointed?
What?
Would 2001: A Space Odyssey? 2001: A Space.
No, that flows. That flows
at a turtle pace.
Yeah, but the whole thing about that is that it flows. I mean,
yeah.
But no, I can kind of feel you on this one.
But, I mean, the acting, that's the thing. It's like we said in the previous episodes about Spielberg. Spielberg, he always delivers.
Yeah.
The thing is that we hold it in such high esteem that he's held to a higher standard than he should be. He should be held to a regular standard for every film that he does. But because he's such an icon, it's hard to dismiss that, you know?
Yeah, I disagree with you a little bit in the whole, like, I get the whole, like, because I think, like, all of us have gotten, like, that job where, like, we always watch somebody get away with murder, and then we're like, we do the same thing and we get yelled at for it, and we're like, why are they doing the same exact thing and nobody's saying a damn thing to them, but we're getting, like, you know, we're in the office talking to you guys. Well, we hold you to a higher standards than they do, so we expect better out of you. But I mean, like, we all have those days, in this case with Spielberg movies, where I feel that he's had so many big hitters, Academy Awards in general, broke through so many walls, that if he does miss or even like just kind of like sits back a little, it's kind of like, okay, like this was one of his more late movies than other movies that he's done. But I don't know, it's just...
I still respect the fact that he does go outside of his comfort zone completely. Like, he did the World War II film. Between Schindler's List and Saving Private Ryan, he didn't need to touch a World War II film again. Or, you know, post-World War II. And he did. Why? Why did he tackle something so outside of those two iconic films? And it's because he wants to push himself. And that in itself deserves respect. Now, my appreciation for the film is my personal, like... you know, just my personal prejudice about it, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad film overall. And honestly, it's Spielberg. There's not a bad film. You still get entertained when you watch it, even his slower films. So I think that just it's one of those things, like Spielberg was trying to do something and seeing if he was good at it, and he saw that he wasn't. He hasn't done a film like that again.
I think my biggest... like, so going into this whole experiment of the Spielbinge, of watching through all his movies and stuff like that, part of it was that I wanted to watch him grow and expand. But, like, 2 movies deep and he does Jaws, so he kind of has it from the start.
Yeah.
So, like, it was more just, like, an exercise in exposing me to, like, a bunch of great movies that I hadn't seen before. Like, I haven't done as much, like, learning as I would have hoped I would have. Because he kind of just naturally had it seems. The
man was a factory when it came to making movies. Like, he would turn around movies in 2 months that would normally take like 6 months to finish.
Yeah.
And the man was a fucking G, like, about keeping his set tight. And that's... he revolutionized that, though, in the 90s. And he made that a standard where what do you call it? The film industry now takes that to heart. Like, if you go past a certain point, they're like, done. Pull the plug. You're out. You suck.
The other thing that is just going to inherently be weird in the coming weeks is that, in my mind, I would have finished in time to see his new one and end on, and this is his newest one. But then that was pushed back because the world ended. So now we're just going to, like, watch Ready Player One, and then that's it. So that's going to be a bit of an anticlimax.
When is West Side Story coming out?
We don't know, but it was part of that Warner Brothers HBO dump. So literally whenever they want is the answer. I think it was looking like they were going to push it back a full year to be next December, but now that they have the HBO deal, it's like unclear when it'll drop.
I think I heard rumors and rumblings about June.
That would make me happy.
Because I think there was something... I forgot what it was. There was something happening in June about West Side Story, and they're kind of like, oh, we could do it here.
It's probably celebrating X amount of years.
Or something with Sondheim.
I don't think so. I think it was somebody in the original cast or something. I don't remember what it was. I vaguely remember saying something about an anniversary of something related to the movie.
All right.
Okay. So, Zach, did you give a rating to Bridge of Spies?
I'd give this a solid 8.5 even. I mean, I really felt this movie. It was, honestly, I found it, like I said, more engaging than so many of the other more recent ones that I've watched.
Okay.
Like I talked about how much I really liked Lincoln I talked about, going way back. I mean, this is a really solid movie to me.
Sweet. Okay.
And the other thing that's weird on it is that now, I saw this one. I have a distinct memory of seeing this movie. So now we're also just kind of rewatching recent movies that I've liked, which is also kind of odd about this stage of the Spielbinge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I know you gave it ass clowns, right, Lewis?
All right. So an actual rating, I'll probably give it a 6 out of 10.
6. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And William, are you gonna give it a rating?
I'm gonna have to abstain. I mean, from what I can remember, I'm probably I'm up there with Zach, probably around the 8. I just have to go rewatch. Is it streaming anywhere?
I don't think it is. Hang on. I want to look something up. IMDb, because I used to keep a rolling list of everything that I saw. To
answer your question, William, no, it is not streaming anywhere.
Great.
That I see. Yeah. You could rent it for $3 on Amazon.
No, I'll have to find it another time, I suppose. But I used to
keep a list.
Yeah, I used to keep a list, and I'm curious where I placed this in 2015, where I ranked it or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to keep a list too, and then
you guys are savages, dude. All right. What do you want to plug, Mr. Zach?
You should still check out Gutenberg, my friends. We got one more weekend coming at you. People are really seeming to dig it. We got greenbeltartcenter.org. I believe they're at .org. And yeah, is good. oh shoot, I found it. Okay, so I ranked this number 9 in 2015 of all the movies that I saw.
Wow.
Okay.
Question is, how many movies did you watch?
I mean, I don't know where that list is, but this is a list of 26.
Lewis, you have a link to tickets and all that stuff for his show, right?
Yes, Zach is posting those links and stuff like that on the Manbitesmedia.
Yeah, and I'll share it again this week. I'm really excited for you guys to check it out. It is a really good show.
Awesome.
Is it Saturday or Friday?
It starts again on Friday and goes until Saturday. So anytime between Friday and Saturday, you can get a ticket and watch it.
Sweet.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
And what is the next movie on Spielbinge?
It would be The Big Friendly Giant, the BFG.
The BFG, or The Big Fucking Gun in Doom.
Yes.
All right, guys.
Which I remember being a very strange movie.
Never seen it. I know it's half CGI, half not. Right?
It's another Mark Rylance. Spielberg is his best friend is now Mark Rylance.
All right.
So yeah.
So this is the first one that I'm gonna have to really track down because I've never seen this.
And it's nowhere. I have been looking for this Blu-ray for forever. It was the last one that I got in this collection.
Wait, the BFG?
Yeah. Oh, it's on Disney Plus now.
Yeah,
right?
it's streaming on Disney Plus.
Okay, so I'll be watching that this weekend.
Yeah,
it's
weird.
Because I've never seen it. That is the only Spielberg film I've never seen.
Okay, all right.
One out of this series so far.
Well, thank you, Zach, as always.
Sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
I have one last thing to plug.
Go ahead.
I might be putting the cart ahead of the horse on this, but it's yet another project that I'm undertaking.
Well, you took a week off from announcing a new project.
Exactly. I'm so bored, right? But no, so I found out that on January 1st, 2021, The Great Gatsby falls into the public domain, meaning that anyone can do with it whatever they want as of 12:01 a.m. on January 1st. So I have written a ludicrous sequel to The Great Gatsby over the course of 2 days with a couple comedian friends of mine, and we will be performing it at midnight on New Year's Day.
Nice.
So I will have links for that as well.
Best way to ring the new year.
Yes.
Will you be inebriated as you perform?
I would encourage the audience to be, I think is the best way to put it.
All right.
Who are you playing?
So it's a bit of a spoiler, but I'm playing probably former Emperor of all Russia, Nicholas II, who is resurrected to do battle with the cyborg Gatsby.
Wait, what? You know what? Nope. Tune in and find out.
You'll have to tune in and find out.
Yep. No, I'm not going to ask any more questions. You heard what you heard. You want answers. You know when to tune in.
All right,
so
guys.
check out Gutenberg, and then very shortly after that, check out Great Gatsby 2.
Awesome. As always, thank you, Zach.
Thank you, guys.
And stay tuned after this quick break when we come at you with Pop's Corner. And, of course, Spielbinge. All right, guys, welcome back for one of our new segments. Not new soon, but whatever. Pop's Corner.
Viejito's Corner.
All of that lovely introduction. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we're going to kind of rapid fire through a whole bunch of shit because so much shit happened in a week. You know, when I'm like, and more stuff needs to happen, I'm thinking maybe one or two extra fun things. Not Disney went, okay, here's 50 freaking things.
And then just literally shat on our chest.
Literally, they were like, "Oh, you want something to talk about? Here you go. Make a whole podcast out of this."
Yep.
But hold on. Did anybody die?
No.
No, I don't think so. No.
Not that I'm aware of. I'm checking like right now, but it doesn't look like
No, I would have heard it. I don't think
Johnny Depp's career, but that's about it.
Actually, you know what? At the end of Pop's Corner, I'll do a little thing.
Okay.
Go ahead, William.
So, here we go. Ready? And hold on to your butts. First off, Christopher Eccleston is returning as Doctor Who, or as the Doctor. The headline is Christopher Eccleston Doctor Who return is official. It's officially underway as he proudly displays first script.
So I'm confused. Is this a radio drama or is this like an actual?
Is it finished or?
No, it looks like he's returning as the Doctor, or maybe he may be returning as a Doctor, like for one of the Christmas specials or something like that. Like when they do, when they bring back Doctors, which is the only way they can really bring him back. It looks like he's going to be coming back. Which, if you know anything about everything that happened with Eccleston and Doctor Who in his acting career, this is huge, like momentously huge. I got to hear him talk at New York Comic Con, and literally how he almost broke down. And, you know, he was like, I pretty much got blacklisted, and he dealt with a whole bunch of stuff personally and the loss of his dad and everything. So this is kind of like his comeback right here.
Awesome.
And John Barrowman's coming back, too.
Yes, he is. Yeah. So congratulations to Eccleston for returning as the Doctor, the ninth Doctor.
Speaking of returns, it looks like Willem Dafoe is now getting ready to make his return in Spider-Man 3. I do love like the memes that are coming out of like he's signing back now for Spider-Man. Like somebody made one of like the guy that screams, "Hey, that man stole his pizza!"
Oh my God!
Stole his pizza. It's like Spider-Man stole his pizza. Man returns for Spider-Man 3. It's like, oh my God,
yo, low key, Spider-Man 3 is kind of turning into like, to me personally, kind of feels kind of like Infinity War and Endgame. Like it's just becoming this huge thing, where like a bunch of actors are coming back and. You know, they're kind of opening the doors to the multiverse and blah, blah, blah. And
honestly, for all we know, like, they're making this big hoopla, and they're each going to have, like, a 10-second cameo. You know what I mean? And be like, oh, was that him in the background? It's like, yeah, that was him in the background.
No, I don't think so. I think they're going to have more of a...
Because now it also looks like Emma Stone may be returning.
And so is Kirsten Dunst.
And so is Kirsten
Dunst.
So
that has to be the multiverse then.
Yeah, what I'm assuming is going to happen is, because they're also saying that this Doctor Strange 2 is going to be heavily tied to Spider-Man 3. I'm assuming he's going to open up like some portal. It's going to open up the multiverse, and then basically... the big baddies are going to come through this portal. Maybe they're going to form the Sinister Six.
There's word of Sinister Six.
And then basically Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to come to Tom Holland's universe and help him fight the Sinister Six or whatever. Something like that. Something along those lines. So we'll see. That'd be cool.
Those Sinisters involved?
No, the Sinister Six is a group of 6. It's Electro, Doc Ock, the Vulture, Shocker, and
the 5th one always kind of like changing. Like it's been Rhino.
Wait, yeah.
It's been.
So these are all villains that have already showed up on movies.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Some, not all.
All of them. All of them, because Shocker has shown up, so is
Rhino
Raven.
showed up too.
Even that is the one. Not Raven, sorry. The Shocker's shown up, so is Scorpion, so has the Vulture, so is Doc Ock, so is Electro. So,
but I'm wondering, like, I would love to see like a new villain, and the new villain be Kraven, and him being the 6th one.
That'd be lit. Maybe they probably will introduce maybe a new villain in this movie, and maybe it's Kraven. That'd be pretty sick. For anybody that doesn't know, Kraven is like this hunter. He basically.
I never watched the Spider-Man
animated show.
Yeah, ever.
Yo, you're missing out, bro. That was a really good.
I was never a fan. I love, like, out of the Marvel animated series, the only
X-Men.
X-Men.
Yeah, everybody has a hard on for X-Men.
Dude, that was... I still love the movies more than the Marvel movies.
Which movie? Oh, like the
X-Men movies?
Yeah.
I think that they're far superior than any of the Marvel movies, by far.
Yeah, they're pretty good. When they're good, they're good. When they're bad, they're really fucking bad. No, that's the problem with the X-Men movies.
So I know I made like a dig and I was just being funny, but like Johnny Depp, it looks like he has signed on to play the main villain in Sherlock Holmes 3.
Interesting.
Opposite of Robert Downey Jr. So we will see how that plays out. Dinosaurs, the old show dinosaur,
not the mama,
is coming to Disney Plus starting January 29th. This morning, a leaked voice message, I guess, or somebody recorded Tom Cruise going off on the cruise of
yo, good on him though for
75. I lost track of what number it is.
7. It's 7.
It's 7.
7.
Because apparently some of the crew broke protocol for the COVID-19, and he found out, and he literally reamed them a new asshole.
Good on him, bro.
You know, usually I'm like, wow, celebrities are really losing their shit. I'm with him on this one. Like, what he says is really nothing wrong, where he's just like, people are counting on us to kind of like show how it's done so that we don't get shut down and how they can go back to work, because there are people literally losing their houses, losing money, and you guys are going out and doing this. And he's telling them they're going to hold each other accountable, because he's like, if one of you breaks it again, both of you are gone. Like, it's not one or the other. It's like, if one of you fucks up again, both of you are gone. And I agree with him on that one. I was going to make a joke about oh my god, I gotta write this shit down.
Dude, he sounded like he sounded like he pulled the what do you call it? What's the Tropic Thunder moments out. That's what he sounded like. I was like, oh, this is great.
At least he didn't call anybody dirty little piggies like somebody else is doing. You know what I'm talking about. If not, look up Alec Baldwin and Dirty Little Piggy. You'll understand what I'm talking about. It looks like they are rebooting Firefly.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Repeat that, I'm sorry?
They're rebooting Firefly.
Joss Whedon actually came out and said he does not want any involvement in it, and he did not give the okay to do this.
So you know what that means? We're getting a season 2.
I don't know. I'm sorry, but if he's not involved in it, he's really the creator. Both he wrote the script and directed most of the episodes. So.
Real random. Did you guys hear what happened with, you know how there's a Monster Hunter movie coming out?
Yeah.
Yeah, coming out actually today when this episode drops.
So they pulled it from China. I don't know if you heard.
Really? Why?
They said some line in the movie that the Chinese population took it as racist towards them. So they pulled it from the China market, which, for anyone that does not know, the China market is fucking huge. because of course they're like a quarter of the fucking population of the world. So that means that this movie's probably not going to earn anywhere near.
Well, this movie is officially going to tank now.
Probably. It's also terrible. I'm not a huge fan of Paul W.S. Anderson. Even with the Resident Evil movies, they're whatever. So yeah, I didn't know if you had that on your list. That's crazy.
I did not hear about that. I will look into that and see if I know what line it was. So we'll have it for next week. Thank you for letting me know.
Here, I can look it up as you continue with
the last quick thing before I get really into like spitfiring thing. Today, they have finally announced that the Negro League is now part of Major League Baseball. The stats will be counted in MLB records. It will become part of the Major League.
Sorry, but what is that?
Hall of Fame. What, the Negro League?
Yeah, what is that? I heard about this, but I didn't know what it was.
There was integration, like Jackie Robinson playing with, in Major League Baseball. The Negro League was literally just that. It was a baseball league of all African American or people of color.
Okay.
But it was never seen as a professional team because blacks can't be can't be professional players. But as of today, at the time of this recording, they have finally announced that yes, it is going to be into the Hall of Fame. All the stats are going to be counting, and that is an incredible step and acknowledgement by Major League Baseball. Now,
wait! Before we get into your rapid fire, I found out what the line was. A Chinese American actor. I'm gonna butcher this. I'm sorry. Whatever. He's also known as MC Jin. Refers to himself as having Chinese, as in like knees, which some say references a taunting English language rhyme of quote Chinese, Japanese, dirty knees. Look at these, end quote. Yeah, that's what got the movie pulled from China. So yeah. Continue with your rapid fire.
So, as we were saying before, Disney decided to give us a whole bunch of stuff on a silver platter a week ago when it came to like their announcement for like the board members, which is like kind of like their version of like what D23 was for this year, since there was no convention. So, Beauty and the Beast is getting a prequel, live action.
Yeah. I know some of the actors are coming back for the prequel.
Oh, nice. Swiss Family Robinson, Percy Jackson and the Olympians is apparently getting a reboot. One of the things that I'm looking forward to this because it's a childhood thing for me. The Mighty Ducks Game Changers. It's going to be like a TV series. Mm-hmm. Gordon Bombay is coming back. I'm sorry, Emilio Estevez is coming back as Gordon Bombay. From the preview, it kind of looks like the Mighty Ducks have become like the Hawks now, and that like they, if you can't play hockey, you can't be part of them kind of thing. So they're going to be like rebooting kind of like what the Mighty Ducks significance is, but we'll see. Turner and Hooch getting a reboot. Big Shot, The Mysterious Benedict Society. Here we go with Star Wars. Obi-Wan Kenobi starring Ewan McGregor, and now Hayden Christensen has been confirmed coming back as Darth Vader. Rangers of the New Republic and Ahsoka both have been coming.
Yep. Rosario Dawson is going to reprise her role as Ahsoka Tano for the Ahsoka show.
Yep.
Andor, Star Wars The Bad Batch, Star Wars Visions, Lando, The Acolyte, and A Droid Story. These are all Star Wars related.
And you missed Bad Batch, which is coming out next year, the animated one.
Yeah, he said it. He said it.
Oh, you said that? Okay, I didn't hear it.
It was right after Andor. It's fine. Willow apparently is coming back as a series, and Warwick Davis is returning in the title role. So we'll see how that goes. Another one that I'm really excited about is Star Wars Rogue Squadron. I want to see what they do with that.
Who is directed by Patty Jenkins, who is the director of Wonder Woman and the sequel.
Yeah. Yes. I'm excited about that.
Children of Blood and Bone apparently is coming as well. Hocus Pocus 2 has officially been announced. We will see how long till they actually come out with it. They're rebooting Three Men and a Baby. They are redoing Cheaper by the Dozen. I don't know why. Sister Act 3 has finally been confirmed. Rescue Rangers is getting their own reboot finally, and it's going to be John Mulaney doing Chip and Andy Samberg doing Dale.
That's going to be awesome.
Pinocchio is getting it in starring Tom Hanks, which I'm thinking Tom Hanks.
I don't know if there's a trailer out for Pinocchio, but I've heard that shit is terrifying looking.
So the Pinocchio that is coming out now is an actual Italian remake because it's got Antonio Benigni in it.
Oh, okay.
Actually in Italian, dubbed in English, which the dubbing is horrible in English. I don't know if it's going to be coming streaming or it's going to be released. I don't know how they're releasing it, but I have seen it. It is scary as hell. It is definitely not a Disney picture, but I am intrigued as to see how it goes. It looks like it's true. Okay. It's true to the animated Disney picture or the original story.
Gotcha.
Peter Pan and Wendy and Disenchanted, which is a sequel to Enchanted, are all coming out. Diary of a Wimpy Kid is getting rebooted. The Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild. No idea who Buck Wild is. Apparently it's a new character for Ice Age. They're going to try and beat a dead or a frozen dinosaur with that. Starring Simon Pegg, Night at the Museum, and I'll carry on next week because there's still a lot to go on. I'm going to finish with the live action The Little Mermaid, which has officially done their cast. Ariel is Halle Bailey. King Triton is Javier Bardem.
Yeah, I'm excited by that.
Flounder is Jacob Tremblay. Ursula is going to be Melissa McCartney.
I don't know about that.
Sorry, I'm not sure. I don't know about that.
I'm holding my tongue on that one though because I've been wrong about a lot of things when it comes to her. So,
Prince Eric is going to be Jonah Howard King. Scuttle is going to be Aquafina, and the one I'm really excited about is Sebastian is going to be played by David Diggs from Hamilton.
Yep.
So I will leave it at that because, like I said, there is still a ton of stuff to go through, and
Marvel next week.
Out of this, but hopefully nothing more major happens in the next week, and we'll be able to dedicate more to it next week. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for listening. I hope I've touched up on some things. I know a lot of Star Wars stuff coming out that a lot of people are excited about. Like I said, Rogue Squadron for me is something that's great. Next week, we're probably going to touch on most of the animated stuff. So
one thing that I wanted to throw out there before we close out. So with Spooky Empire just passing and everything, we actually had a friend of a few of the Spooky Empire family pass away due to COVID this last weekend.
Oh.
So on Saturday, we found out that she passed away. And it was actually somebody that we were going to have on the show, supposedly around the New Year time. And obviously, with everything,
who was it? If you don't mind me asking, if you don't want to say it, you don't have to. You could just tell us after the show.
I want to leave it private, just because. But yeah, I do want to pay respect to everybody out there that really gave. Everybody bombarded her Facebook page with amazing stories about her and celebrating her life. And honestly, it was something to really behold. And I really love how the community stepped up. Even Petey with Spooky Empire, the one that runs the show, actually did some very beautiful words about her as a volunteer. So it's definitely something that I wanted to pay homage to as well.
Okay. All right. Does anyone else have anything else to bring or go on to the next segment?
No, I think I spoke enough and I tried to shove as much stuff into the segment.
Okay. All right, guys. Stay tuned after this quick break. We'll come at you live with the main segment of our show, the main review, A Muppet Christmas Carol. Huh? All right, guys, welcome back for the main segment of our show. The main review, this is William's pick, The Muppet Christmas Carol. Streaming on Disney+. I don't think I'd ever seen this movie.
What?
I've
never seen this.
I'm not a huge Muppet person. Nothing against the Muppets. I just wasn't huge on them growing up. Like I did watch what's the one with Tim Curry?
Huh?
That's Treasure Island, right?
Treasure Island.
Right?
That's the one with Tim Curry, right?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. I think that's like the one Muppet thing I've ever seen in my life. Maybe something else. I don't know. So whatever. So The Muppet Christmas Carol, of course, is a retelling of, A Christmas Carol. Basically stars Michael Caine, which when I saw him, I was...
Never heard of A Christmas Carol, read a book.
Yes, exactly. When Michael Caine came on, I was like, what the fuck? And dude, what is it with Michael Caine now? Every movie that we choose, like Children of Men and now this, Michael Caine has hair or long hair, and it just throws me the fuck off. It's super weird. So Michael Caine
personal insult to that one.
Why? Because you're bald?
Yes.
Fuck off, dude. Shave your head, dude. I'm waiting for the day that you like show up or something and you just have a fucking cue ball. Man, that's gonna be the day.
The closest I've gotten is using like a half on it.
Bro, I've always said, bro, if I'm gonna go bald, I'm fucking...
Oh, I ain't gonna be going Mr. Clean. No.
Why, dude? Because
that takes too much maintenance, dude.
Sparka, you'll be more like Senor Clino.
So, Michael Caine plays Ebenezer Scrooge, who is a piece of shit human being. He hates Christmas and he hates everybody.
The humbug.
And he is visited on Christmas Eve night by three ghosts. The ghosts of Christmas, future, past, and present.
Technically, he's visited by four ghosts.
Yes.
Technically.
Yes.
Old partner first, and then you have the warning him about it, and then you have the three ghosts. But,
so, again, this is coming from somebody that doesn't really have a crazy association or liking to the Muppets. Nothing against them. This movie was funny. It had its moments where I was like, that is clever and really funny. But I noticed that towards the end, I was kind of like, all right, let's go, bro. I'm kind of getting bored with this shit already. I don't know if you guys felt the same way. What's your like?
Well, I picked this movie because when we got to be like children's movie, given the fact we're coming into the holiday season, Christmas is a week away. At the time of this, by the time we drop this, it's less than 10 days away. So I'm like, why not talk about one of my favorite Christmas movies? I like the Muppets, with the exception of Miss Piggy. I find her incredibly annoying. Always have, always will.
Because of her voice?
Just like her voice, not even her voice. It's just like her like. I don't do prima donna very well.
Okay,
I don't.
Okay.
This is why I've never even when I dated prima donna, we didn't last. It's like you're great to look at and not even great in bed, but personality, you got zero personality. I'm sorry, goodbye. Like the world's not just about you. Move on. But I've always loved Rizzo the Rat, and the fact that literally in this movie, he represents every kid that you're telling a story to, and it's asking you questions. And I mean, they're logical questions in some cases, but it's like, just listen to the story and be quiet. Like stop asking why.
So
stop asking this. Stop asking that.
So the ones that work with Kermit, those are like little Rizzo the rats, right?
Yes.
Okay, that was my favorite part of the movie when they're like, can you get us more coal? It's cold, and he like tells them to fuck off, and they all dress up and like I didn't get up, and they're like, ah! That part was really funny.
Like, how cold would it be on the unemployment line? And they're all dressed in cool, like
they're like, yeah.
But this is why I love Rizzo, because, there's a lot of them in one of the scenes, or a couple of the scenes, but, that's how he is throughout all the movies and all the shows. He's the one that, will ask a question and then will make fun of it or make light of it. It's just, he's great. He's absolutely great. Him and, I forgot what his name is. Well, Animal's another favorite one of mine, but then there's, the shrimp, which is, he sounds like Mexican. He's not in this movie, unfortunately.
I was about to say, I was like, I don't remember that.
But I like Beaker a lot, though.
But I love Rizzo the Rat, just and especially the scene where he's trying to climb over the fence, and then he's like, "Oh, I forgot my jellies," and he literally goes through the fence, and he comes right back, and Gonzo's like, "You fit through the fence?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You're an idiot." I'm like, "Oh God." We've always wanted to say that to some kid that's did that to us. But I like this movie because especially now on Facebook, there's that whole pick a movie, choose one actor and everybody else is Muppets. This is that movie. This is literally that movie where you have that one main actor that's human and everybody else is a Muppet, with the exception of his nephew, which is, he's human. But I thought it flowed well. I thought it's entertaining, and one of the reasons I asked you, Lewis, I was like, are you gonna watch it with the kids? Because I would love to see what the kids thought of the movie. If this is a children's movie, did I pick well? Were the kids entertained? Did they laugh? How was your experience watching this with Naomi and the kids?
Okay, so very much like Branden, I was never into the Muppets. I never cared for them ever. To the shock and dismay of Naomi, because she's a huge fan of the Muppets.
I just think I think you and I were both more into Sesame Street, which is the closest.
I hated Sesame Street.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have Topo Gigio growing up or something?
I never watched Sesame Street as a kid, ever.
See, to me, Sesame Street is and the Muppets, it's Coke and Pepsi. One or the other more, and I've to me the Muppets are Pepsi. I like Pepsi over Coke, so I've always been more of a Muppets fan over Sesame Street.
And the only one that I actually did used to watch was Muppet Babies. That shit was fucking awesome.
Great,
but I never watched the Muppets, ironically enough. But I fucking love the Muppet Babies. So when I watched this, I had a little bit of reference points, and I had an idea of what each character was and stuff like that, because obviously Muppet Babies was the same exact thing. But I was pleasantly fucking surprised. This really warmed my heart, man.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to me. Happy Yule, motherfucker. I made him happy.
And it was fucking bizarre, dude. It was one of those experiences that I was like, okay, let's see what the fuck this movie's about. I want to really give it a
I love the sentiment you went in with. That's fucking great.
I'm because I've never been a fan of the Muppets, and I've been kind of avoiding it with Naomi until now. And I was like, oh boy, we're going to have to watch one of these, aren't we? And honestly, I'm very pleasantly surprised with it. There is a sequence that was not in this film that Naomi decided to show me.
Wait, what?
That it was actually that whole when Michael Caine has the girlfriend.
Yes.
There's actually a song that she does.
Okay.
Yes, that actually came up recently. That's probably why it popped in my head like it did when I had to pick a movie. It was lost footage that has recently been unearthed.
Yeah. So there's a song, and the reason that Rizzo was actually crying was because of the song she actually sang to him. And it's actually available on YouTube. So if you want to search it out, it's actually a really beautiful song, and it makes a lot more sense to what's going on. And you could actually hear a little bit of that song in a different version at the very end, right before the credits roll.
Okay.
It's actually that same song. But honestly, the song that I really, really love was the two old geezers. Dude, That shit got stuck in my head. I was singing it this morning. I was like, God damn it, that song's stuck in my head. And I cried during that part with Tiny Tim.
At the end?
No, like right before, during the Christmas future.
Oh, when like he dies or whatever?
Yeah.
Like when they're like he died?
I don't know, like I got teary-eyed and I was like, I'm not crying. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's just something in my eye.
I'm not showing emotion right now. But fuck you.
I got tear-eyed at the end, like when he just starts like, giving everybody everything and saying Merry Christmas. Like, oh yeah, man, Christmas is everything. It makes everybody so happy.
And their name is Statler and Waldorf.
Yes.
Wait, who's Statler and Waldorf?
The two old men.
Oh, the two old guys.
Literally, how they are in this movie is how they are in every Muppets show or movie. Like, they're literally you. This is why you like them. Because like, they are literally you. They're the ones that will sit there begrudgingly doing something and then make fun of, like, everything and have a punchline. And I've always loved them. But I knew that you would probably like their part because I'm watching the movie. I'm like, oh, here comes Lewis. Right here. Go.
And I love Gonzo. The fact that this was narrated by Gonzo primarily and Rizzo, I was like, I'm sold. Right from the beginning, I was like, okay, this is actually going to be good. And just the little sarcastic lines that were given throughout, I love it. I like you said, William, about the really, you could have just gone underneath and you fucking jumped and you were complaining about heights. It's like, oh my God, that was great. And it's just that little sarcasm and everything. It's like, oh, we'll be fine here in this windowsill. Brah! They go flying, you know?
And they don't learn their lesson because they go flying 3 different times. Right. Like, flown up. I also liked, like, when they go in the past and they're, like, in the school and you see, like, the busts fall and it's, like, William Shakespeare and Plato, but they are made in Muppet form. I thought that attention to detail was actually like very fun from an adult point of view. I'm like, they could have just easily gone out and bought like little regular, but no, like they carved them out as Muppets, which I thought made it even funnier.
So, Lewis, you didn't tell us you liked the movie. Did the kids like the movie?
The kids were in and out of the room, so they weren't really sitting there.
Okay.
But again, it's one of Naomi's favorite movies. This one and I think it's God damn it, what was the other
Manhattan one or whatever?
No. It's the Caper one. The Great Caper?
Oh, yes.
I don't know which one that is.
So those two are her favorite out of these, and she like loves.
You're welcome, Naomi.
All right, so
quick question, quick trivia.
Yeah.
You guys know how many different versions of A Christmas Carol there are to this day?
I'd say 42.
Friend?
I'm going to say 30. Probably very wrong.
135.
Holy God damn. Jesus Christ.
Which is funny because like after I was done watching this movie, I went to watch Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Oh God damn it.
Which like this movie was like an hour and a half. Mickey's Christmas Carol, 25 minutes. So in other words, you can tell this story in 25 minutes. Which I thought
well.
Yeah, probably not well. It's probably super rushed.
Points. Like, you know, like obviously there isn't like any big discussions or anything like there or any big monologues or dialogues, but like it covers all the main points. So like when you have young kids that have the attention span of like a 2-year-old, 20 minutes, put him in front. It's animated, it's cartoon, it's Mickey Mouse, it's Donald Duck, it's Uncle Scrooge. Boom. They now know Christmas Carol. And then you move them up from there.
Oh, look, I'm on the Wikipedia page for the movie, and at the bottom they talk about that song.
Yeah.
They were talking When Love Is Gone. That's the name of the song. Interesting. So what do you Lewis, what do you give the Muppets Christmas Carol?
A 4.
No, William goes first. I'll leave mine for last.
Okay.
Oh dear God. I mean, I give this like a 9. As far as like Christmas movie and a fun movie, kids and whatnot. I first watched it when it came out. I'm 40. I'm still like laughing at their stupid jokes and Rizzo and everybody else. And yeah, I give it a good 9.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 7. I was pleasantly surprised. I thought that some of the scenes were actually really funny and clever. By the way, I just want to hug the Muppets. They all look so fuzzy and like just soft. I just want to touch them. But I was pleasantly surprised. My only gripe is that towards the end of the movie, I don't know why, it kind of lost me a little bit. I thought it was dragging. Maybe if they like shortened it to like an hour or an hour and 10. I don't know.
One thing that to me was the Ghost of Christmas Past. Like her face, just like I don't know why, it just scares me. It's like
she seemed very weird compared to all the other like puppets in the movie. You're just like, what the fuck?
The middle one is the one that like I was like, what? What the hell?
The one with no face?
No, the middle one is the fat dude.
The fat dude. Yeah.
The like Santa wannabe.
The one that felt super out of place was the one with no face. I
love that one. That was great. It looked like a weeping angel.
Yeah, like in every version of of Christmas Carol, the Ghost of Future Past never has a face because you don't know what the past looks like. So it kind of presents that
future.
The future, so you don't know what it looks like, so therefore it's got no face. And what I also loved, real quick, is that the second ghost, the ghost of present tense, as time goes by, he gets old. And acknowledge that like just in his scenes alone, his beard and his hair starts getting white because he's no longer part of this present tense. He's now past and therefore old and done. Yeah, which I thought was very well done. But anyway, Lewis, what do you give it?
So,
boy, here it comes.
Marley and Marley. I definitely give that song and that sequence and the sequence with the ghost of the future. That's a 10 out of 10. Those two sequences are fucking brilliant. That song, I downloaded it on my phone to that extent. Like, I love that song. Movie overall, I will give a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
I fucking adore this movie, and as soon as I finished it, my first thing was I turned to Naomi and I go, so when are we watching the other Muppet movies that you wanted me to watch?
And now this is when Lewis is like, fuck, all the other Muppet movies are nowhere near as good as this one. I don't know. I'm just talking shit.
There are a few that that are about as good, but I think that, I don't know, there's some which I don't think that he'll be like.
I think that there's the songs at the beginning were kind of whatever. It didn't capture me. More the dialogue is what captured me because, me and musicals, I'm not a big fan of them, but that Marley and Marley song was just fucking great. Holy shit. That thing like sold me. And then the one with his girlfriend, that was beautiful too. And I really, really wish it was part of the movie. I really think that would have pushed this movie to a whole other level.
By the way, they deleted that song because they thought it wouldn't appeal to children. That's why they took that song out.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right.
I honestly think this is the highest ranking, or at least one of the highest rankings that Lewis has ever given a movie I've picked.
Maybe, probably.
I'm proud of this, and I for sure thought I was coming into maybe a 5 from Lewis.
Oh boy. All right, guys. Stay tuned to this quick break when we come at you with my segment, Brandon's Joystick. All right, guys, welcome back for my segment, Brandon's Joystick. Welcome to the Cyberpunk 2077 episode.
I'm out.
Dude, so as I was talking last week, Cyberpunk 2077 came out. I've played almost 17 hours of it, and it is a buggy mess. It is an extremely buggy mess.
They released it too early.
They should have delayed it like a year, and they definitely should have canceled the PS4 and Xbox One versions. But that's just my opinion. Basically what happened, they released the game. It's a buggy mess. The PS4 and Xbox One versions are straight up borderline unplayable.
Really?
Textures don't load. Things just look really weird. Some people say that their game doesn't go higher than 15 frames per second.
15 frames per second?
Yeah, so that's like a fucking PowerPoint slideshow, basically.
I'm like, wasn't Atari more frames per second than that?
So, yeah, they should have definitely delayed it a year. They should have canceled those two. But even on PC, dude, it's buggy as fuck. So to give you some buggy things that have happened to me personally, I was talking in-game to a character, Johnny Silverhand, which is Keanu Reeves' character, and he's always smoking. So he was smoking a cigarette, and then I noticed, wait, there are two cigarettes on the screen. There's one in his hand, and there was one just floating in front of him. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, most of the glitches they're not anything that's game breaking. Like, for instance, I've gotten a couple of glitches where like a cutscene will load, but a character's face won't load for like 2 seconds, and then it'll pop in. So it's not anything groundbreaking. I did get, unfortunately, it hasn't happened again, thank God. But I was playing a mission. The mission was really long. I couldn't save in the middle of it because when you're in combat in the game doesn't allow you to save. So you're there with your friend Jackie, who's like an NPC, and you beat the mission.
What's an NPC?
Non-playable character. Like they're just like they're there to help you, but like you can't like control them or anything. So when you beat the mission, Jackie is supposed to walk outside, and you're supposed to talk to him to progress the mission and beat it. I don't know what happened. I guess I cut him off, and he got left behind inside the building. And this character came, like this group of characters came, they went inside the building, and there was a guy at the doorway that when you try to go back inside the building, he pushes you, and he doesn't allow you back in. So I literally, for lack of a better term, soft locked the game. Basic soft lock means like you can't beat the mission. You did something, you glitched out in a way that like you made it unbeatable. So I literally had to load this mission and replay like 30 minutes of it. And I was just like, yo, what the fuck is this bullshit, dude? What's up, William?
3 times that has happened to me in Valhalla. I am on almost a every other day contact with Ubisoft software through emails because I get it. Okay. I get if it's a side mission or if it's a slow load, whatever. Yeah. But 3 times has story mode. Right now, as we speak, it's been 4 days since I've been able to progress anywhere story mode in Valhalla because you're supposed to move this thing out of the doorway to go into the door and pick up what you need to pick up. Okay. And it won't budge at all. And there's no way around. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, we're aware of it. We're working on it. I'm like, okay, great. It's been 5 days. And...
welcome, yeah.
They don't tell me you need to go back to like before the mission started to restart the mission because I put in about 16 more hours of gameplay side missions.
Yeah,
and I really don't want to do that. If it comes down to that, I'm like, I want my money back.
Yeah, but again, most of the shit that happens in Cyberpunk isn't game breaking. Like it hasn't happened to me, but I've seen clips of people driving their car and their characters clipping through the rooftop of the car and they're T-posing. As they're driving, it just looks really fucking weird and funny. Other than that, dude, I wish I had a better, like a slightly better computer. Because holy shit, Cyberpunk is pretty, dude. And if I had a beefy-ass graphics card, holy fuck, dude. It is a beautiful game. It's just buggy as fuck, and it's unfortunate. What?
Kind of ironic. A game called Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Buggy as fuck. It's like,
yeah.
Are you sure it's not part of the game? Like, no.
Yeah, no, it's, again, awesome game. I'm enjoying the game, but it's definitely, every day that I played, I'm like, all right, cool. The game crashes a lot. It doesn't crash a lot. It stopped happening, but it crashes like, it'll crash like once every like few days. And I'm like, whatever, it is what it is. They're trying to fix.
Funny?
Yeah, what's up?
I played a video game.
Whoa, what'd you play?
Doom 64.
Yo, that's a good game.
You played what?
Doom 64.
On where? Where'd you play it?
On the Xbox One.
Oh, you bought it?
I had an Xbox One, and then they had the game for, I think, 99 cents on Black Friday.
That's a good-ass game.
Yeah, I know. That, and you know what else I played?
What?
Brandon, you're going to love this.
What?
Banjo and Kazooie.
Oh, man, I love that game. Lewis and I have very fond memories of Banjo Kazooie from when I was a kid. We would like spend the summers at our grandma's house, and I would take my N64, and we would both play it and shit like that.
And whenever Brandon got stuck, he was like, "Can you help me, please?"
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I'm having a blast with Cyberpunk. I hope that they fix it. I feel absolutely horrible for previous gen owners that were that have bought the game and that don't. It sucks for people that don't really follow game media because they buy a game just like without knowing anything, and then they get something like Cyberpunk on the PS4 and Xbox One.
Oh, I would be calling that company, especially if you're spending $60 on a game.
Yeah,
go fuck off.
I spent $100 on mine.
What?
Oh, you because he bought like the
I bought it with like some DLC packs and
yeah. So basically, he bought it with the DLC pass. So like whenever the DLC comes out, he already owns it. He just needs to download it. So yeah, I'll let you know more. Dude, I've played 16 hours and I feel like I've barely touched the main story. So they say the main story, if you just like go into it, is just like 20 to 30 hours, but there's a shit ton of side content. So I'll let you know how that goes. I'm having a good time. I like the buggy mess, but they also need to fix it. And then one quick little thing before I leave. Finished season 4 Supernatural, making little headway. And by the end of this week, I should be at episode 500 of One Piece.
Wow.
God, why do I do
All right,
this?
so I'm going to piggyback right on your...
Oh,
segment.
shit. Okay.
And because I wasn't able to watch any Redbox movies, I will fully admit it and not phone it in.
It's okay.
Spooky Empire, took most of my time.
It's okay.
But I do want to talk about a show that I've been watching. It's been kind of like background noise and stuff like that, and I saw some really good episodes this season, and it's actually the Golden Girls.
Okay.
It's on Hulu, and I fucking love this show so much.
So
this show is so fucking great.
So I gotta admit, I've seen like in passing the Golden Girls, but I've never really sat down and watched an episode of it.
Brandon, you will love this show.
Dude.
It's everybody talks about Betty White and all that stuff. It's like no. You gotta look at Dorothy's character. That is oh my fucking god, it is glorious.
Sophia will always be my favorite.
Okay, so like what is, I know it's a group of friends and stuff like that, but like what is the plot of the Golden Girls?
Picture this, okay? Sicily, 1924. No. So it takes place in Miami. So, you guys are already biased.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, it takes place in Miami.
That's fucking hilarious. I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, they bring up some news stations and stuff like that from Miami, and I'm like, oh my god, it is.
Basically, like these 3 older women friends that are roommates, and Dorothy's mom, Sophia, who was in an old folks' home called Shady Pines. Shady Pines shut down because they were like shady. So she ends up living with them.
Started a fire or something, and it burned down.
Something happened, but like she ends up living with them, and basically it's just like these old 4 ladies that live together in the 1980s Miami. But what I do like also is that like they tackle some real hardcore shit.
Oh yeah, and this like they're
go lucky full house didn't tackle shit like they do.
Yeah. They tackle some dark shit, and honestly, like, very, very, wow, holy crap, they tackled this back then. They talk about gay rights and stuff like that in the late 80s, which is right at the heat of the AIDS epidemic.
The AIDS epidemic, yeah.
And that was like taboo number one subject. You don't bring that up on TV, and it's like, holy shit. They tackle some of them, and they handle it with such care. And you would think that the show is made nowadays with how they tackle it.
They tackle illegal immigration?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I remember that episode because it was one of Mario Lopez's first acting gigs.
Huh. And then, so the main plot of the thing is these four friends. One's a slut, one's a super intellectual, and then the other one's just an idiot. And then the mom, which is just like this sarcastic Italian older lady, you know?
Okay.
She's fucking great. She is like the epitome of sarcasm, you know? Every comment, every word that comes out of her mouth is sarcastic. And then Betty White's character is the idiot. She's literally like, there's no other word.
We don't. I swear to God, this.
And she's really innocent. She was pretty much sheltered most of her life, so to her, some shit doesn't make sense. So yeah, I mean, she does come across as an idiot, but it's really not her fault.
Mankind really does not deserve Betty White, dude. What a beautiful soul. Sorry. But yeah, no, the show is so good, and I love some of the episodes. Exactly what William said. You know, it just handles some really tough subjects, and considering the time frame that this came out in, it was way ahead of its time. And
I'll check it out. It's on Hulu, right?
Yeah, and it's well worth a watch, and it's one of those that you could honestly just play and let it go, do other stuff, cook, and all that stuff, and you'll tune into it. It's good enough where you could follow it if you jump in at any point in the episode.
Okay.
And it's just a fun watch, man. They have, I think, 7 seasons on Hulu. And
yeah, it's the entire show.
Yeah.
And then there was, I didn't know this is a sequel, but it got canceled.
Yeah, the hotel one.
The Golden Palace.
The Golden Palace, which has a very, very young Don Cheadle's playing a manager. For those who don't know who Don Cheadle is, War Machine in the Marvel Universe.
Yup.
And that one's supposed to be really, really dark.
It like one of the
got dementia or something.
That series, they because you have to remember Blanche was raised in the South.
Yeah.
So to her, the Confederate flag is just another flag in the house, and she there's a convention that's coming to town, and she proudly flies that flag in the main lobby, and the whole episode is this. Not conflict, because it's not like they're warring with each other, but like this debate between her and Don Cheadle as to why he doesn't like the Dixie flag, or the Southern Rebel flag, versus why she's like, well, there's nothing wrong with it, honey. We all grew up with it. And he's like, well, yeah, but it doesn't make it right because of what it represents. So that's the kind of like issues that both these shows had back in the late 80s, early 90s, which why to me will always be one of my favorite shows or series. That was created.
Okay. I think that was the first episode, right? Or second episode? It
was like the first or second episode of the Golden Palace, which was just kind of like, talk about the hitting the ground running. And the only person that does not return is Dorothy.
Yeah.
She's not in the Golden Palace. And the whole reason is because B. Arthur wanted out of the Golden Girls. This is why they ended the Golden Girls.
Yeah.
And the only way for them to go around it, was to create this new spin-off with...
I've never understood that when people are like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm like, don't you like... This shit gives you money. Like, don't you have like a soft spot for this show? Like,
well, when a show is good enough to end, that's it. It's good enough to end. Don't beat a dead horse, you know?
It was also the end of B. Arthur's career, I believe. So I guess she was just like tired. She was.
I have mad respect for her after learning about what she actually did and everything. How she was kind of one of the big pushing people that actually pushed the show to handle these topics and these situations that were way ahead of its time. So I have mad respect for her, and I think she is probably my favorite, quickly followed by Sophia.
Sophia.
But yeah,
right.
So that's my review for Bald Box.
Bald Box, The Golden Girls. I'll be checking it out. Okay. Do you guys want to plug anything before I end the show? Or actually, we need to spin the wheel.
All
right.
And it's my pick, too.
Yeah.
Isn't it mine?
No, it's mine. Oh, wait. No.
Yeah, it's mine.
Wait, what did we do last week?
No, last week was your pick, Lewis. It was
Oh yeah, last week was your pick, Lewis. It was Stay Tuned.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Tearjerker. Do you want me to spin again?
Yeah, spin it again.
Yes.
Show me that smile again. Sorry.
No, we just did children's. God damn it.
That wheel sucks, man.
Hey, they're on the opposite sides of the wheel, so... Oh, your choice.
My choice. Sick.
Good.
Okay, sick. All right.
Anything. Except anime.
No, I won't do anime. Don't worry. I won't do it. Damn, dude. Fucking put your foot down on that one. You were like, no anime. All right, guys. So, as I was saying, do you want to plug anything before I end the show?
Yes, the Unknown Podcast. I know we took a little bit of break because my mental stability has sucked because of work. So,
fuck you and your mental health.
When he says work, he means the wedding planning. Don't let him like make you think otherwise. It's the wedding planning. It's not work.
Fuck
hey,
you
William,
and your
you loved
health.
your what do you call it? The little package that you got, the Unabomber package.
The Unabomber package.
For the record, he did not send anything Unibombing through the mail. If anybody's listening with ties to the FBI, we are all fine. Send help, please. We are completely fine. There's nothing to see here. Please.
Oh my god.
I don't know what you're talking about, William.
William, would you like to say your uplifting message of the week?
Well, after that one, it was fun being on the show. Apparently, I may disappear by next week.
Shut the fuck.
Black bags are in high demand right now.
Well, we're coming close to Christmas. We're pretty much in the middle of the holiday season. Hanukkah's started already. It's actually ending at the time tonight.
You got your socks. Your whatever the hell.
Festival of Lights.
We're doing what we've come to lovingly call a Hanukkah, because it's Hanukkah and Yule.
Okay.
We're doing it after New Year's because she's still got a lot on her plate with work and school, and we just haven't had time to go out shopping and whatnot. But for those that do, be good to each other, and be good. If you go out shopping, be good to people that are working retail. Be good to people that are working in post offices and UPS and FedEx. They are dealing with a lot of shit on top of a pandemic. So try to have take an extra breath, take an extra understanding, and just put yourself in their shoes or in their mask.
Or take a chill pill and take a Xanax, or any of those.
It's nice and cold, so chillax. And we will see you here next week.
Awesome. As always, if you enjoy our show, visit our sister site, diverselygeek.org, and our brother from another Mr. John over at YouTube at Narcotic Casserole. Thank you, William.
Thank you, sir, as always.
Thank you. Thank you, Lewis.
Thank you, Brandon.
I am Brandon, and we will see you guys on the next episode of 382 with the mic. Cue the drums.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.